What advice would you offer to someone who isn't currently in a creative role, but is looking to move into one in their future, but doesn't have the experience on their CV?
Yeah, it is tough, isn't it? It's tough trying to get that first bit of experience. And I think it takes a bit of determination in terms of, accepting that there might be setbacks, trying to meet as many people as possible. You know what? Eventually you're going to connect with someone, which is kind of what our business is all about. We're, especially in creative, we're all emotional people. We all like to connect with each other. And I think the more people you meet, the more chance you've got of sitting across from someone who, you're just suddenly like, yeah, damn, like we totally think the same, we get along, and that person's likely to give you a shot. There's a lot of luck, and probably a heavy dose of determination. And I guess my advice would be, don't give up, and don't lose sight of the dream. It does take a little bit of effort, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You're going to have to knock on the door, like literally have the stuff in there that is going to get, like, once you get, and I know a lot of people have this, and then salespeople in particular have this actually, which is, if I can get in the room with someone, I can sell them. And that's essentially what you've got to try and do. You've got to try and get into the room, have the conversation, because it's not about, at that point then, what was on your CV. It's about how are you having that conversation with the person that's right in front of you, and exactly like what you said, like what sort of connection are you getting? Yeah,
absolutely. And I've often wondered whether that whole process prepares you a little bit for the creative process, because one of my first bosses, Richard Maddox, who is an incredible boss, said to me early on, being a creative is 99% rejection. Like, you're going to get one out of every 100 ideas that get sold, which might be a slight dramatization, but there is a certain level of resilience, and there's an interesting tension there as a creative person, because we're often quite empathetic. We feel things, we think about things quite deeply, and then we're thrown into an environment where you are required to handle setbacks, to be resilient. So I think navigating that tension in yourself, and that sort of walking that fine line is a big part of being a creative.